All right, gang. The lighting is terrible over here, so hang on while I see if I can get an adjustment. All right, now you got a little bit more light. It's still pretty bad, but welcome to tonight's live stream. I'm going to tweet this out so that everybody knows that I am having a great time over here. Let's see. Live streaming on YouTube. Come join the party. All right. Pop, get out of the sink. Oh my gosh. Let's see. I might need to sneeze real quick. That was a pathetic sneeze. Hang on just a second. I've got a cat in the sink. Pop, no. What a bad cat. Ugh. Okay, she's out of the sink now. I'm going back to the couch. All right. So, let's see. We got 3 people watching. So, please interact in the comments because that's what I'm doing here tonight. I really want to hear what everybody thinks about what's going on. I have been staying quiet on most of it. What the heck? Okay, it says here, Pelosi says she spoke to the Joint Chiefs chairman about preventing Trump from ordering a nuclear strike. This is so over the top. But whatever. This is like, oh my gosh. So, basically what's been going on for me is I don't care if Twitter goes down, it's fine. I just lose, one of the ways that I communicate with you guys and a lot of other people. If I lose Twitter. But for me, I know everybody's whining and complaining about losing followers, but I've lost over 30,000 followers in the last 3 years, and Twitter just hasn't really been worth it to me in the same way that it used to be. So let's see. Pastor G says, just tuned in. Welcome to the Twilight Zone that is our nation. 100%. I don't know how all this... It's amazing just how fast things can go downhill. The cats are running down the stairs. And now they're running back up the stairs. All right. It's just amazing how things can go downhill so very, very fast these days. So let's see. Arturo Rees says, we are here and eager to listen. I have nothing of importance to say. I don't want to get involved in this really. I just kind of wanted to come on here and reiterate what I said in my original video from this week. I still really just want to keep this channel fairly non-political. Arturo says, I miss the earlier years of Twitter. 100% agree. Those were the days when it was a free-for-all and everybody could do what they wanted. I am on Parler. I know somebody's asking if I'm on Parler. It's the same account. The problem is Parler just hasn't worked for me ever since I got it. I can't upload images. I can't upload videos. Actually, I think on the app I could upload images, but I've never been able to put video content on there. And it's really a terrible platform as far as workability, user friendliness. It's not a fun place to be. And the other thing that I don't like about Parler is that it does feel like you have to be super, super Trumpy in order to use it. And I've never been super Trumpy in order, so it's a little bit of a problem for me in those areas. And if you guys haven't noticed, yes, I did get my hair cut. That'll be another story for perhaps another future YouTube video. But checking out what's left over there on Twitter right now. It's just everything is so overblown and so over the top. But like I said, I really want to keep this YouTube channel pretty non-political. But those are just my thoughts on Parler. It's not. I don't have anything against somebody starting another app like that. I'm not telling people not to use Parler. I'm just saying that I don't enjoy using it at all. My favorite social media platform right now actually is YouTube. I have found other community on YouTube that I lost on Twitter. Now, YouTube is also very restrictive, and there are certain things that can't be talked about, and they purge accounts just like Twitter does, and all of that. But I feel like it's a place where I can be more creative, and I've had a lot of success with YouTube. Not in the same way as this one might think. I don't have a lot of subscribers, for example. I don't get a lot of views currently on my videos. However, my previous iterations of my podcast have been fairly successful and have led me to actual jobs post having those podcasts. So I will just say that it's very useful in that I get to experiment with video editing, and I get to I just get to do more creative things, which is really what I'm more interested in uh, going forward. Oh, Poppy's about to kill the other cat. Okay, calm yourselves. They get a little bit out of control. But yes, do interact in the comments. If I here's another question for you guys. This is something that you guys really enjoyed in my live streams that I used to do back in 2016 and 2017. I used to have a lot of different guests on, and I used to be able to do it live. And I used to use Google Hangouts in order to make that work. And then Google Hangouts went away because that was part of like the whole Google Plus thing. And so I don't actually know how to set it up so that I could do a live stream with guests. I think you can do that through Skype, but it got way too technical for me. I tried to set it up and it was like, oh, and you have to download an encoder, and then you have to make sure this is like hooked up to that, and this it was beyond my technical capability, and so that was frustrating. Pastor G says, I first saw you on the Michael Knowles show and I've followed you here ever since. That's hilarious, because the funny thing is his show started well after mine and was very, very similar to mine. It was almost a shot for shot copy, with as far as like having the three guests and then the hosts and all of that kind of thing. So I always thought that was funny. And so if you found me from the Michael Knowles show, it's almost like you found me on the spinoff of my show, essentially. So, or at least that's how I like to look at it. But that's actually really funny to me that you found me from the Michael Knowles show. I was only on one episode, and then I moved to LA and I worked down there, and I was never able to have the opportunity to go on again. It just never worked out. So, let's see. I wish I could get Pardas on here right now because we would have such a good conversation, but I don't even know if she's around this evening. So I've gotten like 5 or 6 cell phone numbers from people, and I don't really like. I do like to text, but I don't really interact with that many people outside of like Jacob Berry and maybe 1 or 2 other people. But generally speaking, people that you guys would know, I don't really interact with. Pastor G says, use StreamYard for live streams. That's how I do it. Okay, I'm gonna write that down. I'm gonna check it out. I don't know how many live streams I'm gonna do with guests. As you guys know, I've got the podcast coming up. I am hoping to release episodes at the end of January. I'm recording tomorrow with a guest, and that should be the first episode that goes out. I also have the second episode already recorded, and that'll need some. I haven't edited it yet, but that'll be the second episode. So I actually recorded the second episode first, and then I'm recording the first episode tomorrow, and then hopefully, if everything works out, you guys should be getting at least 2 of those episodes a month right now, because that's about, like, what people don't realize is doing episodes with guests is a lot of work, because you have to prep for the guests, you have to get it all together, and then in order to kind of prove yourself to the next guest, you have to make sure that it's edited well and it looks nice. Otherwise, people are going to be like, I don't want to come on your show because I saw the video with the last guest didn't look very nice. So I'm always like worried about a certain level of quality control. Hello, good pop. Hello, she's a good girl. Bunny's on the table. Yes, I have a cat named Bunny. Don't question it. It's fine. So let's see. The cat's going over there. Okay, they're both being good. Next question. How would you define yourself politically? First of all, I would define myself as the cat is eating the curtains. Will you stop? I thought you were being good. Okay. 1 second. All right. So, how would I define myself politically? Well, I would consider myself a single issue voter. And I've talked about this. I am actually talking about this on my second episode that I already filmed for the Reality Check podcast. However, I will talk about it here. My single issue is the abortion issue. And I think that is the most important issue, regardless of anything else going on. I am most like the issue of babies being killed is kind of the biggest issue anybody should really care about. And that kind of goes for like, oh, the cats are getting in trouble again. That goes for also things like the what do they call it? The concentration camps going on in China with the Muslim population. They're imprisoning Muslims in China. It's like all that kind of stuff, like anything that dehumanizes another person and makes them valueless, whether it's with abortion or whether it's thinking somebody needs to be re-educated because they're somehow less intelligent because they didn't agree with you or whatever. All of that kind of stuff makes me ill. And so that's my biggest issue. I haven't identified it with a specific political party necessarily for a long time. There's a cat in the sink. Will you guys get down? It's like they know that I'm not actually able to deal with them. And so now I'm having to climb around and get stuff away from them. Please be good. Goodness. All right. So anyway, that's my most important issue, I would say. And then I'm certainly not on the left is maybe the other defining factor. I'm a person that just kind of wants to be left alone, to be able to have my life and make the decisions for my life as much as possible. I want to be the one making the decisions. I don't think the government should be making the decisions for you. And unfortunately, it seems like the going trend is that the government wants to make all my decisions for me. So, but like I said, most of what I want to put out on this channel going forward is mostly media stuff. And that's why it's not that I don't care about politics necessarily. It's just that I'm kind of moving away from it because it's just not, it's becoming so that it's not a subject that really can be talked about on social media platforms anymore, which is unfortunate, but that's just the way things are right now. So, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to do this because the cats are really just completely out of control. Pop, you need to stop. Get off the table. No, get down. I told you. Goodness. They're just out of control. Anyway, so if there are any other questions, actually, I want to share a couple other things for you. Let's see. Let me catch up on the comments. People seem eager to have the government tell them what to do. This could become the cat video. Yeah, every video is going to become the cat video. And I'm probably going to have to lock them away when I do the interview tomorrow. I'm just anticipating that right now. They're so badly behaved. Bunny's a good cat. Poppy, she's a problem. And I wouldn't have her any other way, probably. So, the other two things I wanted to share with you are, please let me know, especially if you're on this live stream, but let me know which guests you guys are interested. I have a whole long list of people I want, but if you guys are specifically interested in somebody that you want me to interview on my podcast, I cannot guarantee that I will either be able to get in touch with them, or that they will either, even want to come on my show, or that I will even want to have them. But I am interested in hearing what you guys want as far as guests. By popular demand, back in my very first podcast, I had so much demand for people if people wanted me to have Ariel Davidson on. I got so many questions or comments, and even my friends saying, please bring her on, please bring her on. So I did. And we actually are still friends to this day. I still have her phone number. So yeah, like, I will respond. Like, if you guys send me suggestions for guests, I do take those seriously. They just can't always happen. It doesn't always work out that way. So that's the first thing. And then the second thing, just to let you guys know, this is something I'm going to talk about on the podcast, but I just want to give you guys a heads up, is I do have a Patreon started, and you can find that on my YouTube channel. And the 2 tiers right now are on the new podcast. If you do the first tier, your name will get read at the end of the podcast. And then at the second tier, if you want to really participate, and you sign up for the second tier, you not only get your name read at the end of the podcast, but you also get to know which guests are coming on in advance of the actual announcement. And then you get to submit questions to that guest that I may or may not ask. But those are my 2 Patreon tiers if you guys want to participate. If not, that's also, totally your prerogative. So somebody says Matt Walsh would be cool. Oh, the laser pointer. Yeah. Pop, what are you doing? She's a good girl sometimes. Are you being good? Yeah. It's always a question with her. Anyway, Matt Walsh would be cool. I haven't talked to Matt Walsh in years. I've met him in person twice, I think. He's just not a people person. Like, he's a very, very nice guy, and he actually is nothing like what his Twitter persona is. But he's just very reserved, and I would describe him probably more as an introvert. The cat is chewing the curtains. This is not going well. Okay. Yeah, he's pretty introverted. I'm sure he would be happy to come on the podcast. I don't know that I have his contact info anymore, but I will keep that in the back of my mind. If you guys want to hear from Matt Walsh, he's an interesting character for sure. So let's see. Somebody says that they're a huge fan of mine. Well, I don't know how to help you. You're going to need therapy if you're a fan of mine. Glad I was able to catch you live. Hope you have a great night and good luck on your future videos. Oh gosh, Pop, will you stop? Goodness. You don't need to chew the curtains. She does that because she wants my attention, which means I'm going to have to get off. But let me finish this last comment here. As far as guests are concerned, anybody from Daily Wire and Blaze TV, I would love to get Jessica. I would actually love to get the Blaze's CEO, Tyler Carden, I think. He's a very interesting character. Pop, will you please stop? You need a spanking. Hey, knock it off. Thank you. This is what happens. This is why I can't have kids. I got to deal with these cats. Yeah, there, and then I mean the whole lineup of Daily Wire writers that I'm still friends with. I can pretty much guarantee you I'll be having a lot of those people back. And yeah, any other specific names, let me know. Jessica needs a cat. Jessica already has a dog, so I think that's all. That's probably all she can handle. She's got a dog and a husband. That's enough. That's enough work for her. Let's see. Let's see. I'm checking my Twitter stream right now. So one other thing, Amanda would be great. Amanda would be great, and I may or may not be interviewing her at a future time. We shall see. So I just to wrap this up before Poppy self-destructs again, I am going to be doing a YouTube series with my sister on the new WandaVision TV series, and we'll be reviewing, if not every episode, every other episode. So maybe 2 at a time or something like that. I've got to go and take care of this animal because she's about to jump off. Oh my gosh. Pop, get down. Get down. Come on. Yeah, it's not looking good for the cat right now, so I better take care of her. Thank you guys for watching. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell to get notifications, like I always say. And I will talk to you guys on the next video or live stream or whatever happens. Welcome to the new era of the nation of 1984.